Hey everyone, it's Miss Gibson, and I know that you all know about lots of different holidays that we celebrate in the United States. But do you know why we celebrate those holidays? Well, the book we're going to read today might help clear that up. This is History Behind the Holidays. It's written by Natalie Lunis, and I hope you like it. We're going to start by looking at our front and side cover. We can see our big idea. People celebrate many different holidays in the United States. Then our question, what holiday might these children be celebrating? Take a second to look at that picture and see if you recognize the holiday that those children are celebrating. Then we can see History Behind the Holidays by Natalie Lunis and our table of contents. Our table of contents shows us what we're going to be reading about in our book. Let's get started. Which American holidays do we celebrate? From January through December, we celebrate many special days that remind us of important events and people in our history. Some holidays you may know well, but some you may not know much about at all. The stories behind these holidays can be as much fun as the holidays themselves. January. What is the history behind Martin Luther King Day? Martin Luther King Day is celebrated on the third Monday in January. On this day, we honor Martin Luther King Jr., who led the fight to win equal rights for all. And we see our page insert and picture. The start of the holiday. Martin Luther King Day became a federal holiday in 1983, but it wasn't celebrated until January 20th, 1986. February. What is the history behind President's Day? The third Monday of February is President's Day. This day celebrates the birthdays of George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Both men were born in February. Each one served as president at a very important time in our history. At one time, there was a separate holiday for each of these two presidents. Now we honor all of our presidents on this one special day. We can see a picture of George Washington and a picture of Abraham Lincoln. And our page insert, the start of the holiday. Washington's Day was made a federal holiday in 1971. Later, many states chose to honor President's Day instead. And on the next page, we can see a full list of the presidents of the United States and the year they were elected. George Washington was born in Virginia on February 11, 1732. As a general in the Revolutionary War, he led the American colonies in their fight against British rule. The Americans won the war and the right to govern themselves. In 1789, Washington was elected the first president of the United States of America. We can see a picture. This painting shows George Washington leading American soldiers across the Delaware River. And the page insert. Which day did you say? George Washington was born on February 11th, but he was also born on February 22nd. Confused? Well, it happens that our present calendar, although started in the 1580s, came into use in the United States only after Washington's birth. On that calendar, his birthday, February 22nd, became February 11th. We celebrate his birthday on the third Monday in February. Abraham Lincoln was born in Kentucky on February 12, 1809. In 1860, he became the 16th president. Lincoln often spoke out against slavery. As president, he led the country through the Civil War. He worked hard to keep the country together and to end slavery in the United States. If we look at our picture, we can see Abraham Lincoln addressing Civil War soldiers. May. What is the history behind Memorial Day? In most states, Memorial Day is celebrated on the last Monday in May. This holiday honors all the men and women who have died fighting for our country. This holiday used to be called Decoration Day because people decorated the graves and statues of the dead soldiers with flags and flowers. Some people have a special way of celebrating Memorial Day. They put tiny boats filled with flowers in the water in memory of those who died fighting at sea. If we look at our pictures, flags are flown at half-mast on Memorial Day to honor those who have died serving our country. And our page insert, the start of the holiday. Memorial Day was first celebrated in 1868 to remember all the soldiers who died in the Civil War. The holiday officially became known as Memorial Day in 1882. It became a federal holiday in 1971. June. What is the history behind Flag Day? Flag Day is celebrated on June 14th. It was on this day that the leaders of our country decided on the pattern for the American flag. In 1777, the flag had 13 stripes, 7 red and 6 white. It had 13 white stars on a blue background. The stars and stripes stood for the 13 colonies that became the first states. Later, as the United States grew larger, a star was added for every new state. Today, our country has 50 states and the flag has 50 stars. And if you look at those two pictures, you can see what the flag looks like today and what the flag looked like in 1777. You've got a question. What is the difference between the flag of 1777 and today's flag? Take a minute to answer that question. You can talk about it with someone at home. And if we go back to our page inserts, who made the first flag? No one is sure who made the first flag. Some people believe that a seamstress named Betsy Ross sewed the first American flag. To this day, no one knows if the story is true. And the start of the holiday? Flag Day is not an official federal holiday. July. What is the history behind Independence Day? Independence Day is celebrated on July 4th. This is the day on which the leaders of the colonies signed the Declaration of Independence in 1776. The 13 colonies wanted to be free of British rule. The 4th of July is a day of color. Red, white, and blue can be seen all around. On flags, on floats and parades, and on people's clothes. At night, colorful fireworks light up the skies as an end to the celebrations. If we look at our page inserts, the start of the holiday. Independence Day was made a federal holiday in 1941. And did you know? 3 presidents have died on July 4th, 2 of them in the same year. John Adams in 1826, Thomas Jefferson in 1826, and James Monroe in 1831. September. What is the history behind Labor Day? Labor Day is celebrated on the first Monday in September. In the 1800s, many people worked very long hours for very little money. Labor Day was started as a celebration for the workers. If we look at our page insert, the start of the holiday. The first Labor Day festival was held in New York in 1882. It became an official holiday in 1894. If we look at our picture, workers of the International Ladies Garment Workers Union, ILGWU, riding carts in New York City during a Labor Day parade in 1909. October. What is the history behind Columbus Day? Columbus Day is celebrated on the second Monday in October. The famous explorer Christopher Columbus set sail from Spain on August 3, 1492 to explore Asia. He landed instead on the land we today call America on October 12, 1492. We celebrate Columbus Day with parades and patriotic speeches. And our page insert, the start of the holiday. Columbus Day was made a federal holiday in 1971. November. What is the history behind Veterans Day? Veterans Day is celebrated on November 11th. This holiday marks the day on which World War I ended in 1918. Many other countries celebrated the ending of this terrible war. Today, Veterans Day is a time to honor all of our country's veterans, the men and women who have served in the armed forces. We honor them because they fought or worked hard to defend our country. If we look at our pictures, these people are celebrating the end of World War I on November 11th, 1918. And our other picture, today many towns have parades to celebrate Veterans Day. People march, play music, and make speeches. They help us remember and thank the veterans. And our page inserts, the start of the holiday. Veterans Day was first known as Armistice Day. It became a federal holiday in 1938. In 1954, the holiday became known as Veterans Day. And our last page insert question, how are Memorial Day and Veterans Day alike? How are they different? Take a minute to think about that, and you can discuss it with someone at home. November. What is the history behind Thanksgiving Day? We celebrate Thanksgiving Day on the 4th Thursday in November. In the early days of the American colonies, it was a time for the Pilgrims to give thanks for good harvests. Today, on Thanksgiving Day, we remember the first meal that the Pilgrims and the Native Americans shared. We also give thanks for all the other good things in our lives, such as family, friends, and good health. If we look at our picture, the first Thanksgiving, painted by Jenny Augusta, shows what may have happened on the first Thanksgiving in Plymouth, Massachusetts. And our page insert, the start of the holiday. Abraham Lincoln made Thanksgiving Day a holiday in 1863. And our question, of all the holidays in this book, which one is your favorite? Make a list of your reasons why. Take a minute and make your list, and then I'll show you mine. Next, we have our glossary. So those are, remember, your words that may be key vocabulary. Make sure you know what those mean and how to pronounce them. And on our back inside cover, we have a bubble map. What are some of the holidays you read about? It shows us holidays and has a picture to represent each one. What you're going to do is make your own bubble map, and you're going to write what each picture represents in the bubbles. I'll show you mine, and I can't wait to see yours. Now that you've had time to make your own bubble map, let's look at mine, and we'll look back at the book, and we'll see what we think each bubble represents. So in the center of our bubble map, we've got holidays. So let's start at the top with a picture of these children holding an American flag. I think that bubble represents Flag Day because they are holding a flag. If we move on over, we see a picture of George Washington, and that one should be representing President's Day because, as we know, George Washington was president. If we move on down to the right, we can see a flag and some people, and that should go with your picture from Memorial Day. Moving on down, there's a picture of the Statue of Liberty and some fireworks. With that one, I think we would think of Independence Day or July 4th. Moving on around, in the center, it looks like a parade. That picture should correlate with the page on Columbus Day. You keep moving, you can see a man in uniform, and that picture correlates with Veterans Day. And our last picture, we can see a family and a turkey, and I think we all know that that one goes along with Thanksgiving Day. Now that we've read history behind the holidays and completed our bubble maps, the last thing we're going to do is take a look at our content vocabulary. We can find that on the front inside cover of our book right here. And our vocabulary words are celebrate, decorate, federal, festival, fireworks, honor, memory, official, parade, and patriotic. What you're going to do with these words is first look at them. I know some of those words you definitely already know, but some of them might be a little unfamiliar to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our reading journal and we are going to turn to page 8. At the top of page 8 it says new word. So what you're going to do is you're going to take one of those vocabulary words that you do not know, something that's unfamiliar to you, and you are going to write the word. You're going to write the definition. You're going to write a page number and a sentence from the book that uses that word. And then you're going to write what you think this word means. So you're going to write the actual dictionary definition, and you're also going to write what the word means to you. That's going to help you learn one of these new unfamiliar vocabulary words. So I can't wait to see what you guys are learning, and be sure to send in your answers to page 8. I hope the history behind our holidays has helped you learn a little bit more about some of the holidays that we celebrate in the United States.